Good morning everyone. Myself Kausar Mumin, 10th standard, subject Science 1, chapter number 9, carbon compounds. In this chapter today we are going to discuss about chemical properties of carbon compounds. So our topic is chemical properties of carbon compounds. There are four properties. First is combustion. We will discuss in detail later on. First we will see how many types are there properties. So first one is combustion. Second, oxidation. Third, addition reaction. And fourth one is substitution reaction. So very first is combustion. We are going to discuss in detail about combustion. What is combustion? How we can process, how we can understand the combustion. All these things we are going to discuss in detail with this paragraph. In the combustion process, in the presence of oxygen, undergoes combustion to emit heat and light and forms carbon dioxide. How it forms carbon dioxide? Carbon in the form of various allotropes on ignition in presence of oxygen undergoes combustion to emit heat and light and forms carbon dioxide. When it emits heat and light, it forms a carbon dioxide. How it forms, that I'll show you in the video. Hydrocarbons as well as most of carbon compounds undergoes combustion in presence of oxygen. In the presence of oxygen, who goes combustion? Hydrogen and carbon. They goes in combustion in presence of oxygen and they emit heat and light and form carbon dioxide and water as the common product. Some of the combustion reactions here given follow. So first combustion reaction, when carbon is having chemical reaction with oxygen, then CO2 form, which is carbon dioxide, and heat and light is formed. Next is when methane is going to pair with oxygen, at that time again carbon dioxide forms, water forms, and as we discussed, heat and light. So heat and light also forms over there. So I will show you in the video how all these things are going on. So here we are going to discuss about which compound is burned. What compound is burned? So obviously it is hydrocarbon. It has two types of hydrocarbons. They can be a saturated and unsaturated. Single bond comes in saturated as we discussed, and double and triple bond comes in unsaturated. All these things we have seen. Single bond is of methane and it gives us light, or we can say it as heat. So saturated hydrocarbons burns with clean blue flame. Because it is having a single bond. When we are considering about double bond, so that oxygen is going to pair with carbon and we are getting energy. Carbon dioxide plus is energy. So this is the formation of the reaction, how the bonds breaks and how carbon is going to pair with the oxygen. Next is unsaturated hydrocarbons, how they are breaking their bonds and how they are going to merge with the oxygen. And the way is forming carbon dioxide. This is the way of carbon dioxide. It is about single bond, double bond and triple bond. In single bond blue flame is getting, and in double triple bond yellow flame is getting. So here we can say types of burning. So here you can observe double bond and triple bond is going to break, and after they are breaking, oxygen is combining with it. So always single bond comes with saturated and double triple bond comes with unsaturated hydrocarbon, which we can say incomplete oxidation process. And burning of the compound in the presence of oxygen. Whatever flame we are getting, that is yellow sooty flame. You must have seen with wood fire, yellow flame is there. Due to presence of oxygen, flame is coming out from the wooden part. So that's why we can say it as incomplete oxidation process. And this is about blue flame. Obviously you must have seen at your home, and it turns it yellowish part, that time it is unsaturated. So we can say it is complete and incomplete combustion. Whatever holes are present with the burner, when they are going to contact with the oxygen, and that time it gives us flame. So it is yellow sooty flame, which is insufficient use of fuel. Now reasons for obtaining blue and yellow flames. Blue flame without soot, and we can say it as saturated hydrocarbons. Types of combustion is complete combustion. And yellow flame with soot, substance is unsaturated hydrocarbons, and types of combustion is incomplete combustion. This is a part of extra knowledge for you. Now oxidation reaction. How exactly oxidation reaction is going on, that we will see here. Observe the video clearly. With these reaction you can observe when oxygen gets contact with the carbon, at that time carbon dioxide produce, with that heat and light emits. In the similar manner, when methane is contact with oxygen, at that time carbon dioxide produce, with that water also produced and heat and light forms. Then next, ethanol is going to contact with the oxygen, at that time also carbon dioxide produced and water, heat, light forms. Okay, so all the way these are the reactions related to the combustion. So if you want to define about combustion, you can define it very easily. Hydrocarbons as well as most of carbon compounds undergoes combustion in presence of oxygen to emit heat and light and form carbon dioxide and water as the common products. Next is oxidation. We have seen that carbon compounds start burning by combining easily with oxygen in air, with ignited in air. In this process of combustion, all the chemical bonds in the molecule of carbon compound break, and carbon dioxide and water, which is H2O, are formed as products, as we have seen in combustion reaction. In other words, carbon compound is completely oxidized during combustion. Chemical compounds can also used as a source of oxygen. Substances that can give oxygen to other substances are called oxidants or oxidizing agents. What are oxidizing agents? Substances that can give oxygen to other substances are called oxidizing agents or oxidants. Potassium permanganate or potassium dichromate are commonly used as oxidizing agents. An oxidizing agent affects on certain functional groups in present carbon compounds. So which are oxidizing agent? Potassium permanganate, or we can see it as potassium dichromate. These we can use as oxidizing agent. And what are oxidizing agent? The substances that can give oxygen to other substances are called as oxidants or oxidizing agents. To understand what is oxidation, we are having one experiment. With this experiment, we can clear it very nicely. To perform these experiments, we need apparatus like test tube, Bunsen burner, measuring cylinder, dropper, etc. And chemicals in this experiment, we need ethanol, dilute solution of sodium carbonate, dilute solution of potassium permanganate. The procedure for this experiment is, what we have to do: take 2 to 3 ml ethanol in a test tube, add 5 ml solution carbonate, sodium carbonate to solution it, and warm the mixture by holding the test tube on the burner for a while. Do dropwise addition of dilute solution of potassium permanganate to this warm mixture with stirring. Does the typical pink color of potassium permanganate say as it is on addition? So that we have to see with the video. I'll show you the video part of the experiment. What we have to do? First we have to take 5 ml. First we have to take 2 to 3 ml solution of ethanol in a test tube, and then we have to add in it 5 ml sodium carbonate, and with this two mixture we have to heat this two mixture. Which two mixture? Ethanol and sodium carbonate. Okay, so here you can observe ethanol, dilute sodium carbonate, dilute potassium permanganate, iodine solution, groundnut oil, sunflower oil, vanaspati ghee, dropper, burner or spirit lamp, and test tube. We take 2 to 3 ml of ethanol in a test tube. 2 to 3 ml of ethanol, and we are adding in it 5 ml of which solution? Sodium carbonate. And we are giving heat. You can observe here the color is going to change. We have added in potassium permanganate. Now you can observe the color is changing and color goes to turn in pinkish in color. Now after some times it goes to diminished. Before that we are adding in it another solution of potassium permanganate. So for this question, does the pink color of potassium permanganate say as it is on addition? Obviously no. Does pink color stop vanishing and stays on after some time of addition process? Obviously the pink color won't stop. It is as it is pink color because we are adding in it potassium permanganate. If you are not going to add in it potassium permanganate, then obviously pink color vanish. So in the above activity, ethanol gets oxidized by alkaline potassium permanganate to form ethanoic acid. What we have done with the experiment, whatever ethanol that gets oxidized by alkaline potassium permanganate. So what is the formation over there? After ethanol we are getting ethanoic acid. Only certain bonds in vicinity of functional group take part in this reaction. So what we have taken? Ethanol. Ethanol reaction is CH3CH2OH. With the presence of potassium permanganate KMnO4, what we are getting? Ethanoic acid, that is CH3COOH. On adding the pink color, solution of potassium permanganate to ethanol, the pink color disappears in the beginning, as we have seen. This is because potassium permanganate is used up in the ethanol in the test tube is complete. If the addition of potassium permanganate is continued beyond this point, it is not used up and becomes excess. The pink color of this excess potassium permanganate does not vanish but stays as it is. When it stays as it is, we have to add in it again and again potassium permanganate. When it excess, that time it stays as it is. Next is addition reaction. To understand this, again we have to repeat one procedure, one experiment. Please consider it in your mind that we are going to perform it with the video part. Okay, so first we will read what part we are going to take for this experiment. Apparatus are test tube, droppers, etc. Chemicals: tincture iodine, bromine water, liquefied vanaspati ghee, various vegetable oils, that can be peanut, safflower, sunflower, olive oil, anyone. Okay, so as we have seen in the video, I have shown you tincture iodine, bromine water, liquefied vanaspati ghee and vegetables oils also I have shown you. Now the procedure is: take 4 ml oil in a test tube and add 4 drops of tincture iodine or bromine water in it. Shake the test tube, find out whether the original color of bromine or iodine disappears or not. Repeat the same procedure using other oils and vanaspati ghee. In the above activity, the observation of disappearing, diminishing color of the bromine or iodine indicates that bromine or iodine is used up. This means that bromine has undergone a reaction with concerned substance. This reaction is an addition reaction. Obviously, we are adding in it something. First of all, we have taken bromine or iodine and we are adding in it the So, when a carbon compound combines with another compound to form a product that contains all the atoms in both the reactants, it is called an addition reaction. What is the meaning of addition reaction? When a carbon compound combines with another compound. When a carbon compound combines with another compound to form product that contain all atoms in both the reactants is called addition reaction. So whatever mixture we are getting in it, in that mixture all the contents reactants mix with it, so that is addition reaction. Unsaturated compounds contains a multiple bond as their functional group, as we discussed about unsaturated compound. Okay, they undergo addition reaction to form saturated compound as the product. The addition reaction of an unsaturated compound with iodine or bromine takes place instantaneously at room temperature. Moreover, the color change can be felt by eyes. Therefore, this reaction is used as test for detection of multiple bond in carbon compound. So here we are taking test tube. In the test tube, one by one we are taking oil, different oil, safflower oil, sunflower oil, vanaspati ghee, and now we are adding in it iodine solution. After adding iodine solution, now shake it. After shaking it, you can clearly see the mixture is going to combine with each other. So this is addition process, addition reaction. So we can say that if we are using groundnut oil, Then obviously about its color change, orange brown color of tincture iodine vanishes, and its inference is unsaturated organic compound. Next, sunflower oil color vanishes and unsaturated organic compound. Sunflower oil color vanishes, unsaturated organic compound. Next, vanaspati ghee color does not vanishes and it is saturated organic compound. If color gets vanishes, then it will be unsaturated compound. If color does not vanish, that means saturated organic compound. Here single bond represents and here it is double bond represents. So here one statement is very important. Unsaturated fats containing double bonds and they are healthy, while saturated fats are harmful to health. Unsaturated fats containing double bonds and they are healthy, and saturated fats are harmful to health. Next is substitution reaction. By the name of substitution we can clear it. It is a part of somewhere substitute. So at a single bonds CH and CC are very strong. The saturated hydrocarbons are not reactive and therefore they remain inert in presence of most reagents. However, saturated hydrocarbons in presence of sunlight react rapidly with chlorine. In this reaction, chlorine atoms replace one by one all the hydrogen atoms in the saturated hydrocarbons. The reaction in which the place of one type of atom or group is reactant is taken by another atom or group of atoms is called substitution reaction. What is the substitution reaction? The reaction in which place of one type of atom or group in a reactant is taken by another atom or group. One atom is taking another group's atom's place. So that is substitution reaction. So that substitution reaction you can observe clearly with chlorination of methane. So this chlorination of methane gives us substitution reactions. So you can observe here we are taking CH4 as a chlorine and we are adding in it Cl2, which is CH4 is methane and we are adding in it Cl2, which is chlorine in presence of sunlight. Then what is the formation over there? CH3Cl and hydrochloric acid is remaining. So CH3Cl means instead of this H, here CH4, instead of this H, Cl comes and this Cl and another H is coming out. So that is chlorination. We can say it as chlorination or we can give the naming as chloromethane. Okay. Next is this CH3Cl. This CH3Cl is going to pair with chlorine. Then with the presence of Cl2, so the presence of sunlight, again Cl is taking a place of hydrogen. Instead of this CH3, we are getting CH2. So that's chlorine is taking place of hydrogen. So with this statement we can clear very nicely one atom is taking place of another atom. So that means it is called as substitution. This thing is happening again and again. See this CH2Cl2, this CH2Cl2, again it is combining with Cl2 and number of hydrogen is decreases. So that means chlorine is taking a place of hydrogen. Again this CH3Cl is going to pair with chlorine. So we are getting CCl4. Now here completely hydrogen is not there. So that means CCl4 is we are getting. So we can say it as one group of atom is taking place of another group of atom clearly. Now still larger number of products are formed in chlorination reaction of higher homologous of alkane. Next topic is important carbon compound in that ethanol and ethanoic acid. Ethanol, its chemical formula is C2H5OH. IUPAC name is ethanol and its common name is ethyl alcohol. Commercial name is spirit. It has a physical property, that is, it is a colorless liquid with pleasant smell. It is combustible liquid with boiling point of 78 degrees Celsius and freezing point of 114 degrees Celsius. It burns with blue flame. Some chemical reactions of ethyl alcohol, that means ethanol. This one is the chemical reaction. When ethyl alcohol is combined with sodium, that time hydrogen removes and sodium combines, and then we are getting sodium ethoxide and hydrogen liberate. When ethanol is paired with phosphorus trichloride, then instead of hydrogen removes O, and we are getting chloroethane and phosphorus is liberate. Ethanoic acid is having CH3COOH, that is C2H4O2. Its IUPAC name ethanoic acid. Common name is acetic acid. Commercial name is vinegar. Physical properties. Ethanoic acid is weak acid with pungent smell. It is corrosive liquid at room temperature. Its melting point is 290 Kelvin. Its ice-like solidified mass is known as glacial acetic acid. Chemical properties of ethanoic acid. Reaction with halogens. When CH3COOH is react with chlorine, then we are getting monochloroacetic acid. Then next reaction, instead of HCl takes place. Then next reaction with metals. When acetic acid, which is ethanoic acid, is going to pair with sodium, then we are getting sodium acetate or sodium ethanoate and hydrogen liberate. Reaction with alcohol. When carboxylic acid is going to pair with ethyl alcohol, then ethyl acetate forms, which is ester. What will happen when ethanol reacts with sodium? So we have to consider over here sodium, ethanol. Take a sodium with in the ethanol. You can observe here that sodium gets added with ethanol with removing of gas. So what is the formation of there? When ethanol reacts with sodium, it releases hydrogen gas and produces sodium ethoxide, and this one is the reaction for the same. This is the reaction molecular formula for ethanol, and this one is sodium. When ethanol reacts with sodium, what we are getting? Sodium ethoxide and hydrogen gas is liberate. So here is the activity given. In this activity we have to perform the same manner, like we have to take test tube, delivery tube, cork, knife, candle. Why we are using all these things? Because with the help of rubber cork, we should have to close the mouth of test tube. With the help of knife, we have to handle sodium. With the help of candle, we have to take the candle with the mouth of where hydrogen gas removes. If hydrogen gas removes, that means the candle gets off. So these are the way over there for the practical. What video I have shown you, in that video nothing is there that much, but you can understand the thing what is happening over there. Okay, so for this question you can give normally answers, which is the combustible gas coming out of the gas delivery tube. Obviously hydrogen gas. For first question, why do the sodium pieces appear to dance on the surface of ethanol? You must have seen in the video, it dances because it is going to be added with the solution, ethanol solution. That is why it dances, and it completely. Repeat the above procedure using magnesium ribbon instead of sodium. That we will do in later on. Do you see gas bubbles released from piece of magnesium ribbon? Obviously we are not perform this, so we will perform with ribbon in the laboratory. Now we have seen for sodium. Okay, next is dehydration reaction. In this reaction, when ethanol is heated at the temperature 170 degree Celsius with excess amount of concentrated sulfuric acid, one molecule of water is removed from its molecule to form ethene, an unsaturated compound. This is ethanol. When we are heating with concentrated sulfuric acid at 170 degrees Celsius, then one hydrogen removes. That means what is the remaining part? This hydrogen removes. That means here instead of CH3, CH2 will be there, and this compound is going to become double. So CH2, CH2, and one hydrogen removes, and this is paired with hydrogen, and we are getting H2O, that is water. So here concentrated sulfuric acid acts as a dehydrating agent.